Hello everybody and welcome back to Wardy's Works. Today we're on the Defender. It failed its MOT, so it was on a couple of things. There's a couple of advisories for oil leaks, but that's standard. It's a Land Rover. It's doing a constant oil change over and over again. You just keep topping it up and it keeps changing its own oil. But that isn't the problem. The problem is with this wheel here. So the driver's side wheel there, as you can see, I've already started taking it apart, and then I decided, oh, hang on, maybe I should make a video about this because that's what I do. Anyway, started taking it apart because there's play in the wheel. Now the MRT chap Alan, he said that he thought that it was the two. There's two bolts on the top that hold a pin into the top of the swivel. I'll show you all this in a bit. So. We'll take this apart and I'll show you what I'm talking about. He said he thought them was loose, that was tight. What has actually happened is the pin and maybe the bearing has worn on the swivel, so that's got to come off. So to do that, this whole hub has got to come off. So we're going to take the hub off, we're going to take the swivel apart, and we're going to put new pins in there and new bearings in there. So there's that to do. The other thing that happened was, let's take my light with me, my smashed up light. We'll do a double chin there. Let me flip that. So my dad went to pick the car up after they told us it failed its MOT. I'm not talking about this here, that's just fell off, it's on the floor. I'm talking about that wire in there. So that switch is from the headlights and the side lights, and what happened was before the MOT my side light kept blowing. So it kept blowing the fuse, so I knew it wasn't going to pass the MOT because it'd only stay on 10 minutes and it'd blow the fuse. Now, instead of finding out what the problem was, we did have a quick look. We had a look at the lights and everything, couldn't find the problem. Instead of finding out the problem, I put a 40 amp fuse in it. Bad idea, because now the fuse didn't blow and it melted the wiring all the way from the fuse box to the switch. Ruined the switch, ruined the wire. So now at the fuse box, we've got two bare wires going into it. So I was lucky it did set on fire. Dad was in it as usual. When these things happen, he's normally in it. So we've got to do all that as well. All that wiring's got to be done. But that's not in this video. This one is purely for taking this hub off and taking it apart. Now, I'm just going to show you what I've done quickly. So all I've done there is take the cap off. So you can see that thing there. There's 5 bolts that hold it on there. There's a big one on the end. You might find that's called a heavy duty one. You might find that if you've got a Defender, it's probably just got the cap with the rubber end on it. When it's on the car, it looks like that. So basically, big one in the middle, and then the 5 bolts all the way around, and then we're going to take the wheel off, and then we're going to take the hub completely off, rebuild the swivel. I say rebuild the swivel. I'm only going to put pins and bearings in it. I'm going to rebuild all the seals because at some point this is coming off the road because I'm going to put a bulkhead in it, and we'll do a video on fitting a bulkhead to this because the car is, or the truck, if you want to be a dickhead, the truck's brilliant. Everything else works as it should. It drives well. It's just a bit tired on the drivetrain, so I'm going to rebuild the swivels at some point, but I just need to get it past the MOT because I'm probably going to buy a van because this does a lot of work picking bikes up, and now the bike's getting so big and these electric bikes getting so big that we can't get a mini, whereas normal bikes, even 29ers would fit. We could put 4 or 5 bikes in there, but not with these big electric bikes we keep collecting. Anyway, enough talking rubbish. Let's get this wheel off and let's get started. Just quickly, here is one I prepared earlier. That one is still on the car, so it is actually one I prepared earlier. This is another one. I bought this as a used one because I thought it was making noise from the CV joint anyway, and I thought I'm just going to buy a used one and chuck it on. The worn part, you got a little bearing that goes in here, and then this pin goes in the top like that. Now this one is super worn. This one's all over the place. The one that I've got on there at the moment isn't as bad as this, but I put this one on thinking it'd fix it, and it's worse. But you can see that pin that goes in there is all over the place, which makes the wheel rock. This is the swivel that the wheel turns on, so the wheel turns on there. But this is what we're getting off. This is the type I was talking about that you might have, look, with that little rubber nose on it. So anyway, this one is going to go in the bin, and we're going to get the one off the car now and show you how to take it off, rebuild it and put it back on. So here we go. First thing first though, I've got to walk about for an hour looking for my tripod. Could be anywhere. You might find that this video continues with me holding the camera, and just hoping that stuff's not going to fall over. No, can't see it anywhere, so it's going to be a hold the camera video one-handed type of game. I need to get something to sit on. Trusty stool. Why does it take you so long to start these things? The other thing I could do is a tray to put all my bits in. These come in handy. It's just a little baking tray. Cheaper than a magnetic thing. I know it ain't magnetic, but to be fair, I'll knock the magnetic ones over and everything falls over anyway, so might as well buy a baking tray. So, let me try and set this up. Once I put this other hub on, I thought, hang on a minute, maybe it's the bearings. It's got a little bit of play in this one because there was nowhere near as much as the other one, but it wasn't. So I've got it like this because I tightened the bearings. So normally that'd be on there like that, and then you'd have another one on there to lock the bearings in place. So them are in the tray, and that, and all the rest of this. And then you've got spaces on the end. But when I put it back together, I'll show you all this. But you get spaces on the end, and then you've got a little circlip as well. So now we need to get these wheel nuts off and get this wheel off. TV, see it. Oh, sorry about this lack of light. It's as annoying for me as it is for you. What size is that? It's a 27. So them are 27s on there. Noise alert. Silver line. Ugga Dugga plug-in. This thing is brilliant. It kills off all your battery ones. 240 volt. And it is great. This is the second one I've had. I had one for a fair few years and broke it. I'll put a link in the description to this, because they are brilliant and they're much cheaper than buying one that's a battery powered one, because you haven't got to buy the battery. Anyway, noise. You don't need to see all this. That's them off. Any in there. Right, this weighs a ton, so this is a two-handed job probably. Let's try it with one hand. Oh no, it's gonna fall in me. Oh, it's alright. It's off. Hey. Crush my mum's bike with it. Right, I've got this up on a 20-ton jack draper, which was the jack I bought to put in the what's it called, press, because the one that's supposed to come with it was missing. So anyway, I put a link to the description in that as well. Link in the description to that. And then we got the SGS 6-ton little axle stands there as well. So now we're going to get this nut off. For this nut, you do need a special, what the hell is it called? Socket. It's a big, massive socket, 52mm. Oh, actually, first I'll take the brake off. So brake caliper, behind the brake caliper are two 12 or 13 millimeter 12-point nuts. So we'll get them off now. As this has all been off once because we did it and it didn't work, we have got quite a few bits here, so it looks like it might be a 13. What's that? Half inch, it might be that. But it looks like it's probably a 13, and then we'll get the very useful lengthening ratchet. Very useful. You don't have to keep looking for other ones. I'll light this up better in a sec. There's one. Let's see if it's a 13mm. Yes, 13mm on there. So they're at the back of the caliper. So we ratchet them off. Got two. One top, one bottom. And then once you've got them off, what you want to do is get, there's two bolts there, look, you can see them both. 1, 2. They hold the hard lining for the brake, so you want to get them off as well. One out. There's the tray. It's too far away. In the tray. Now for the bottom one. Right, not the bottom, at the top. That's the top one out from behind there. Ooh. There it is. So now I want to get these two off the top there, them two, so we'll undo them. So it turned out that I wore filming shitloads, so I took these bolts out the top of here, and that has allowed me, oh Christ, sorry, that has allowed me to move that over there. And like I say, them two top pins are the two pins that hold, you can see that there, holds that in, which lets the swivel move and stops this moving sort of backwards and forwards, which is the problem that we're having. So they're obviously worn out. The next step is I'm going to drop one of them back in, so the swivel stays where it is, and then we're going to get this disc off. So to get the disc off, we need the 52mm. We undo this and it comes off. Where is the 52mm though, I ask you? Has it been put back? Oh, there it is. So we've got the 52mm on there, and we can just spin that off with oh bluey. Oh no, it's onto the light. It's actually better with the light, eh? There we go. In the tray. And then we'll have a washer behind there. Oh no, I'll tell you what, the real washer. It seems like it's straight on. Is it a washer? There is a washer. And then that you can see in there is the bearing. So let me hold this between the legs and see if I can take it off. Try again. Try not to let the bearing drop on the floor, because now it's got all dust in it. I'm gonna have to clean that. But there it is. You can see bearing, and there's a bearing in the back, and now this is the stub axle. So all we've got to do now is break this ball joint here, and then there are 6 bolts, which we will show you with this light. Around there, them 6 bolts come out, and then you can pull it out with the whole half shaft. And then we're going to strip it down. Once it's out with the half shaft, we're going to strip it down so we can see the swivel and we can see what we've got to replace. Incidentally, them are the things that have come. I should have opened them to see what was in them, but as usual, I haven't. So, break this ball joint. We don't want to affect this new. You can see this is pretty new, this track rod. We don't want to affect the boot on the track rod end by using one of them breakers like a pickle fork, you know, whatever they call it. So I'm going to get 2 big hammers and I'm going to whack that. Before we start whacking stuff, take this cotter pin out. Probably going to need to find some pliers. Am I? Or am I an absolute hero? Oh no. Sorry. Sorry about that. I left the GoPro at home. Haha! I am a hero, it turns out. Now we have to go hunting for hammers. And you want a couple of big lump hammers. Long like that. And an even bigger one like that. Before we get lump hammering, got to remove that castellated nut. Oh, what size will it be? Oh, that's way too big. Is it this one? Oh yeah. And we're going to use the old bluey again. Is that one off? It's off. It must be stuck in me. There we go. Into the tray. Now, it's hammer time. This could be funny because I could end up smashing myself in the face. It's quite a difficult one. But noise. Yay! Popped it. Now what you've got to do after this, probably before this, is see that there, that little thing. You see my shadow pointing to it. Point. You've got to get that off because you can't get this out of the way until that's off. So it's a couple of 15s for that. A couple of 15mm bolts you can see up there, look. Yeah. So once again, get this involved. It makes life so much easier. So as I can't get the bolt out of it. Come on. Hey. Yeah. It's absolutely soaked in all under there. Well, careful, that come off and break your face. Oh. That's off. Now that's off, we can pop that out of there, out the way, and there we've got full swing on the swinger. So it's now these 13mm, they're a bit of a nightmare. They are 12-point bolts, so we need just a ring spanner on them, and we'll get them off with the... I said it was a 13mm ring spanner, it's a 14mm. So back we go. We can tell the two we use the most. Look, and that one's even dirtier, so that's gotta be. Okay, so like I said, it's a ring spanner job. Oh yeah, and we've tightened them on quite tight, so we might have to get another spanner on the end of there, or at least two hands on the go to try and get them off. Now, just a little tap with the hammer on them, and they've come loose. So we'll go around all 6 of them, which you don't need to see, because it'll be more boring for you than it is for me, and I'm proper bored. So we'll undo all them, and then we'll pull out the half shaft with the hub, put it on the bench, and take it to bits. Right, so I've got all of them out. This is the last one. There we go. And what that means now is that this whole assembly, have I got them all out? Let's not get too excited. Yeah. It's probably just the stuff that's holding it in. What's it called? RTV. This whole assembly should come undone. I have got them all. So give it a pull. There, oh, there we go. And there it is. So you can see the whole hub with the axle, the stub axle, and the CV joint which is inside, and the half shaft which is there, has come off. So we'll get that off and get it on the bench. But yeah, it just pulls out, look. Pull that, that's come out of the diff. Pull it all the way out. I've got a bit better light over here, but this is what you're left with. So there's the swivel that's on the back there. The bit that's worn is that and that, which are 2 pins that hold it together. So to get it apart, we need to get this, which holds the seal in place, off. These are 10mm, I believe. Let's have a look. All right. Yep. No. I don't, you know, this 10mm, I don't think it's a 10mm, because no matter how many times you try and use it on 10mm, it don't work. I've got another 10mm somewhere, on 11. As you know about 10mm, I'm sure you all know what the problem with 10mm is. We've got 11s, don't get out of the factory. 10s not so much. I'll find a 10mm. I knew there was 10mm, that spanner's a liar. Sakusi. 10mm, not 10mm. These. Oh, hang on a minute. I'll take it back, Sakusi. What the hell's this? An 11? Not bad. Hang on. Get off. Still 10mm. So I don't take it back. Sakusi, 10mm is not 10mm. Do not purchase. Put that in there. So we've got to undo all of these. So we'll whip all them out. And once them are all out, I'll be back. Right, on to the last one. Try loosening it. Try loosening it. There we go. So once we've got this one out, it's not a clean job, as you can see. Then this seal will come off. Now it has been, thought it'd been stuck on. Oh, it has been stuck on. It's in 2 sections. There we go. There we go. And then inside there is a seal. Like that. Trying to get all this off with one hand without getting absolutely filthy. And that comes over there. Look. So, there we go. That comes over there. And then there you can see the entire swivel now. You can see the bearings down there, look. And you can see how it's moving up there. So, to get this out, I need to undo these two, which look like I don't know what, 13s maybe. I bet them in tight. They am whatever size that is. Date I'm going to be able to get them out with this little diddy thing. Oh, I can get them out with a little diddy thing. So these two pull out this bottom pivot point, which has got a bearing inside there. So use the correct tool to break that free, and then out that comes, and that is the pin in there. And the bearings down there, and then on the top you've got these ones which you took out earlier because I'm holding that brake hose mount. We take that out, and then if it rolls over and crushes your fingers, then after it's done that, you should be able to pull that out, and there you go. You got a spacer on there, look, as well. And that's it. Now there's the bearing fell out. So that's your swivel. Swivel on it. And inside there is your CV joint inside there. And we're going to replace this section here, which the bearing sits in. And we've got this piece here, which the top pivot point goes into and rocks about, which we don't want. So we're getting there slowly, we're getting dirtier and dirtier as time goes by. My wife's messaging me, asking me what I want for tea, because it's getting on now. So I'm going to clean this up, clean my hands up a little bit, and then look at pressing these bearings and things into it. Right, that's what I bought there. So we'll look what's come as part of the kit from Britpart. That's the number there, DA2211. Can't remember how much it was, about 75 quid I think for both sides. As usual, I'm only doing one side to get past the MRT, and then we'll look at rebuilding it again at a later date. Yeah, we'll really look at building the rest of it at a later date. This has got to come out, and that's got to come out. Let's have a look what we've got inside this kit. So we got 2 of them, No idea what they are. The top pin mount there, and another top pin mount as well. Them are the spacers that you've seen, and then we've got the little brick part bearing, and we've got the cup, which is that cup there, which has got to be mounted into that swivel. And hopefully once that's all in, I've got a pissing clue what they are. Wondering if they go at the bottom of the swivel. No idea. Tell me in the comments what the hell these are. Oh, that might be one in there. Oh yeah, there's one in there. Don't worry about the comments, it's in there. Okay, we've got to see if we can get that out now. Not sure how easy that's going to be. And we're going to have to press it out, probably. Is the stuff in front of the press? Lots of. Oh. Right, we're using the press to press the bottom piece out. So we're going to press that out. And there we go. Then we'll press the other side out. And then we can press the new ones in.
What we've used.
Use the big bar there. And we got this plate when we took the old thing apart, so we got loads of different plates down here, which are vital. Then we're going to have to turn it over and press that one out. So we've got to find something that sits on that rim inside there. If that does him in the money. Oh yeah, perfect. So we'll press this one out now as well. It's sitting right.
And it's sitting on it at the back. It's level now, look.
Yeah, it's on two little feet, like.
Yeah. It's even further forward now.
Oh, Sorry about the background noise. We got the heater on. Yeah.
Yeah, try that.
I don't know. Look at this.
No,
This is the problem with these sort of things. When you got round stuff and
yeah.
on square stuff.
Over that way.
Is it?
Yeah.
We'll keep trying anyway. There we go. That's pushing that bottom one out. Ta-da! So it's them two out. So I've got to put them back in. So that this top hole, the completely open one, is for the lump, that bit. Yeah, and the one with a little chamfer on the inside or a little lip is for the bearing, that one. So we'll press them back in, the new ones. Right, as you can see, it's pressing in now. So what we did, we heated the ball up so we could press the cold swivel point in. On these, there is like there's an area at the back that's skinnier, and it's obviously to clear the sort of knuckle that it's into, so you've got to make sure that's in the right place. So there's a thinner area that's got to go towards this part of the swivel. Where is it? Yeah, you can do. So if you look at it gets thinner there, look. So that area has to go towards the axle itself. Make sure you do that, else you'll be pushing it back out and pushing it in again. Right, that one's been pressed in the same as you've seen us press that other one in. Just went in. Did you warm this up as well?
No,
just went straight in.
It was still warm enough.
That just went straight in. That bearing, it sits there. So that cup, that swivel goes inside this hub, and then the new pins go into it. There is a little bush that goes in there, Dad. It's probably in that. It's like a little red. Yeah, then that just sits in there. Oh look.
Yeah, I know.
We could have took that. So
I realise.
you're telling me that the other one, that sleeve is completely wore out? I bet it has a. The one we've popped out. But I haven't got one of them in here. So you got a bush there as well, look, but I couldn't find that anywhere, so obviously you can't buy that.
That was in there.
Yeah, that was in the bottom of there. So that's in there.
That's the spare one.
We've got some new grease, so we will pack it with some grease before we put this in. That CV joint and half shaft goes this end in there, and then the whole thing goes inside there, and then you drop the pins in.
Well, this has got to go on there.
On there, yeah. Like that.
On that. Is it there like that?
No, the other way. Other way.
The other way.
Yeah. That ending first.
Oh.
Like that. So that goes in there like that, and then we've got. Is the bearing? Is that the bearing that's supposed to be in here?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll have to slide up, turn it over, slide it out, and push the bearing in. Let's see. So the bearing's got to go in there, like that, and then we push the whole thing back in, and then
we need the new.
Yeah, it only comes with a new top pins. It don't come with new bottom ones, so I've got to use the old one.
That's that then.
Yeah. I wonder if any of them. That's a pretty tight fit, that one. What's the other one like? You got it 2 seconds ago. Oh, I think that one, you've got a better fit than this one. Yeah, so the kit doesn't come with. Should we put some grease on this bearing?
Yeah, I'm going to put some RTV on this. Shall we?
Yeah. Oh. Right, so we've put the new cap in there. We've put all 4 shims in for now that it comes with. Comes with a load of little metal shims. We put all 4 of them in. We're going to tighten it down, and then once it's on the car, we'll see if it rocks. If it does, we can take some of the shims out. But because it's brand new, oh, yeah, you've got to put the seal on there as well.
Yeah.
Because it's brand new.
There's a lot of crap on it.
It shouldn't need any of the shims taken out, but we'll see what happens. What I'm going to do though is we've got some CV,
Yeah.
a packet of it. Oh, you got some there, are you?
What, CB?
That's a CV grease there, right?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
So we can pack some of that in as well, because we've obviously lost some, taking it in and out, in and out, in and out. But yeah, we'll. As the seal came off, what I showed you in the video, that obviously just slots over there with these 2 plates on the back as well, and we'll build that back up. Have you put the bottom pin in?
Yeah, them.
Yeah, so the bottom pin's in there as well.
They're both in.
He does that, what does he? No, something I wrote.
Catching on something.
Yeah. Yeah, that is it. It's there. That way we told you which way to put it in. It's catching on that for some reason. We're going to have a look at. Crisis averted, it's not catching, it's because the way we had this put on the bench, so it was making the CV joint sound funny. So, chuck some grease in, seal, that's got to go back in, and then these 2 plates over the back of it. And then you can get back in the car, and that's one job hopefully finished, and we can move on to the fried electrics.